Well, we met in high school when I was about 15 years old, 14, 15. We actually met at church singing for a Black History program locally in Tupelo, Mississippi. And I heard him first, cracking lots of jokes, that kind of thing. If you know JJ, that's what he does best. So my best friend introduced us, and we instantly had a connection, been friends, but we didn't start dating, and we weren't a couple until 2007. So that's my version of things.
She bumping years and dates and stuff like that, man. Let me tell y'all a real story. She stalked me. Everybody know my story. She stalked me, man. I'm serious. Man, all I know, I seen this little girl come from on the pew at church. Man, I was just singing. Man, that's what she did. She was stalking me all around the town. And I'm like, man, look, baby, you gotta step back. You ain't ready for this right now. That's my story. She picked up on everything else. 2007, I started making plays, and that's how we got together. It was on me.
September is important because, well, then you go ahead. You go ahead, darling. Mr. Marry Your Stalker. Go on.
A lot of people do. September is a big month. September is a big month because we met in September. All right. We became a couple in September. I asked her to marry me in September, but I never asked her to be my girlfriend. I asked her to be my what? Huh?
Facts.
You can't pay it. Big P.
What's Big P mean?
Play a move, cuz.
Oh, okay.
You ain't gotta ask nobody to be your girlfriend when it's understood.
No. Okay.
But I did ask her to be my wife.
Yeah, you sure did. Been your wife ever since.
Yeah.
What else? What else is in September?
I mean, I gave you 2 kids in September.
Okay.
You know?
You gave me.
Yeah.
You gave me.
Yeah. 2 kids.
You will learn that JJ has his own story.
Girl, I gave you
I like
2
to call
kids.
them JJ stories.
2 kids.
Because there's the truth and then there's JJ's story. Every time.
2 kids in September. I gave her 2 kids. Right or wrong?
That's up for debate.
All right.
So September is very important to us because everything pivotal in our life happened in September. So obviously we started dating in September, became a couple in September. He asked me to be his wife in September. We got married in September. We had both of our children in September. And my store here in Nettleton opened in September. So everything. We even almost bought our house in September. We ended up closing later, and it was in October. So it just it's happenstance. We don't plan it that way.
Witchcraft. I became a real estate agent probably in 2017, and I was just out there just hustling and grinding, trying to make a living for my family. I mean, being a real estate agent, it's not easy, man. People look at everybody at closing and say, oh man, I want to become a real estate agent, but they don't see the deals and all the stuff that's gonna fall, right before you get to the closing table. I mean, I went to school to be an electrician, to be honest with you. It's crazy. I dropped out because I didn't want to crawl in their house, right? So I decided to go back to school. So I went back to school. I went to ICC so many times. I went to ICC so many times. I went back to school my last semester, and I walked in and I seen one of my old classmates. And I'm like, man, what's up? I said, what you doing in here? He said, man, sit down. I'm your instructor now. I said, yeah, man, this is crazy. So I went on to start working for AT&T. I was there from 2010 to 2017. Long time. I mean, it was a great company to work for. I learned a whole lot of stuff. I have a whole lot of clients that when I was working for AT&T, they're using me now to purchase homes. So in 2017, I became a real estate agent, man, and it's been great. God has, opened so many doors for me, pouring out blessings, it's allowed me to giving my wife a chance and the opportunity to own her own business. And I'm grateful for it. She's doing phenomenal at this job. She always had an eye for all this. So for me just to put back into something that I love for a person that I love, it's a great thing.
Oh, he being sweet, y'all. For once, I hear it. But you Big P, you don't have to make plays. You should already have a plays. Anyway, so I got into entrepreneurship by a great old shove by this man. I was an educator. Came from 2 educators. Education just has always been my wheelhouse. So my husband started real estate. He said, hey, I'm going to need a stager. You're really good at doing that kind of stuff. Let me just go ahead and get you to help me do it. Go ahead and get this certification real quick. We're going to head there with staging during Christmas break when I'm out and don't have anything else to do, right?
Man, I seen it now.
So I'm like, I do not want to do this on my break. So I'm like, okay, JJ, anything for you, darling.
This is
so I went and did the certification, got the certification. I was like, well, that wasn't too bad. I enjoyed that. And then the licensing company was like, oh, you're really good at doing this. Like, you should look into teaching it and all this other stuff. So I was like, well, maybe JJ's onto something.
Always.
So anyway, I was pregnant with my daughter and our daughter eventually in 2019, very in a good place, very zen. Did not want to go back to the school, and I was like, hey JJ, can I quit the job?
No,
absolutely not. No, we're not doing it. And I'm like, please, let's just take a chance. I really want to stage and style full time, and I even want to have like my own home decor store. I think that we're on to something here, and I'm in a good place. I don't want to go back to the school. And this was, when was this? Like August or something, right before.
You was trying to leave for a long time.
Anyway, I was due in September, and when I didn't want to come back from maternity leave. And having a child in September in the middle of the semester, if anybody knows anything about education, you can't leave and, all the back and forth during the school year. I was a high school counselor. Parents were not going to have that. So I said, well, can you just talk to God about it? And every now and again, I'm like, hey, have you and God had that conversation? What are y'all talking about? So he's like, I don't know. Something keeps telling me March. You're going to leave in March. And it was like October, November by this point, and I have to go back. So I'm like, I'm not going to tell these people I'm going to come back in December and then leave again in March. That makes no sense. They're going to hate me. So I said, I'll just stay the rest of the semester, stay the rest of the year, and we'll revisit this in the summer. COVID hit March of 2020.
I'm not a prophet.
So I didn't go back. So then I've been doing entrepreneurship full time ever since. So.
Well, then
God was on to something.
Always.
Well, we have a very good relationship with our pastor. Our pastor married us.
Sure did.
Pastor Eric Lee, St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church, Olive Branch, Mississippi. We love our pastor, and he makes sure to hold us accountable for what we should be doing. Yeah. Me, especially.
I mean, he'll call, like if I, I'm on social media a lot. So if I get out of hand, I get a little text message.
Yeah, we have a group chat with the pastor. Yeah. But serving together, because JJ and I had that friendship that we mentioned before becoming a couple, we just do a lot of things together. JJ and I are together all of the time. So it makes sense that it would spill over into ministry. Obviously, he leads, the household and everything, especially with ministry. But
I mean, it's supposed to lead.
We didn't say you weren't supposed to.
Hey, look, my pastor said, what'd he say? What'd he say when he give him them vows up there? What'd he say?
Love and obey.
Love and obey. Take me serious or not. But in the word, love and obey.
Better.
Love and obey.
Mo better.
Love and obey. That's the only way. There's a structure to all of it. Love and obey.
I really don't have much to say there.
What?
I say
you obeying.
I say that anything, I don't have nothing to say about that, but anything that you're going to do with your spouse, I think God needs to be in front of it all. And I think that a wife and husband should not simply be wife and husband. They should be a unit, a friendship, They, just like you wouldn't do anything wrong to your homeboy, you're not gonna do anything wrong to your wife. Like it should be an even higher stake and accountability when it comes to how you treat your wife as a friend, more so than you would the person you've known since you were 3 years old. And I think if you hold that kind of weight on your marriage, because you wouldn't ever betray a friend and you would never mistreat a friend, and you love hanging out with your friend and going out with your friend, that's how we are. So I think if you have that same kind of mindset with your marriage, then you can go far.
All right. When it comes down to me, she might have a different thing, but men, we are a little bit different. I'm not saying I'm, the best man in the world. I'm not.
Today, he's not.
Baby, I grant wishes.
If you look all over Facebook, he says he's the last best man. But
last good man, but I'm tell you something. I grant wishes too. Remember that. But
okay, Gene.
My whole thing is the reason why I try to be, right in my marriage is because I fear God. I'm afraid of God. You know what I'm saying? Because he has blessed me with all this stuff. And I feel if I go in and I just start, being disrespectful to my wife and, mistreating her and, not doing right by my kids, I feel like he will snatch those blessings away. So me, I fear God.
I fear God too now. Don't set me up to not fear God. I fear God too.
Don't be trying to pick it back off of me now.
I'm not.
Hey.
Y'all should be afraid of God too.
I fear God though. That's what keep me on the straight and narrow.
You should be afraid of God.
That's what keep me on the straight and narrow. I ain't lying.
So we're saying all that to say everything has led up to this very day, that everything that we've ever done. We are here at my store, Simplicity, in Nettleton, Mississippi. We have had lots of requests over the years to start a YouTube channel, so that is what we're doing here. We do not have the skill or time to edit and film and do all of that, so we have an awesome crew here to do that for us.
Yes.
We are very grateful for them. We are celebrating, like I said, a year in business here. We've actually been 2 years, but our storefront has been open for a year. You will follow us on doing residential things in real estate, because we rehab properties and staging and styling. Behind the scenes, we'll see our little ones, all things of the Birks, keeping it simple.
Everybody, tune in for our YouTube channel. We're gonna have great fun. Y'all gonna be able to follow the Birks. We're gonna kick it. Might have some drinks. Y'all be able to see what we're gonna do. Rehab properties, new constructions, and you also will be able to find simplicity. And remember, always keep it real. Thank you for everyone that came out today, man. We really appreciate you guys. We're really grateful for you. Thank you for finding simplicity on today.
Yes, we're so happy for everyone that came out. It's our year anniversary, so we've been super pumped. Stay tuned for more content coming out. We're gonna have lots of other episodes. We're so excited.
And if you're in the market for your next home, you make sure you always keep it
simple. Keep it simple. Thank you.
Keep it real. He speak through the man too now. I lead you.
Next question.
I'll lead you, baby.
Ooh.
Let me take this.
Yeah, you go ahead, Jaima.
It's me.
Tell it.
So in that for your solution,
You said you got it, Slim.
you want her to go first.
Oh, you trying to say she a better speaker than me or something? That's what's going on.
You see how he do you? You remember that? You remember that when you
see
when you doing all them hand claps? You remember how he do you?
Nah,
You
you
see?
see, look, see, hey, look, baby, look. We gon' let you.
Oh, I can lean into his and
Hey,
do
this-
his for him if I need to.
Hey, look, go on and take.
Nah, the
first.
man's supposed to lead. You go ahead, remember? I'm just over here to obey.
But look, you can do it.
Come on now.
You can do it. Listen here.
Oh, you're allowing me to. Is that what it is? If that makes you feel better. Sure. We know that God blessed me with Gab. Not you, darling.
Hold on. He
So
blessed me with-
would you like me to go ahead, Mr. DeBose?
This is what you gonna call it.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Keeping it simple or keep it simple. Which one you gonna do? Keep it simple. Hey, everybody, tune in for our YouTube.
That is your camera.
What? Everybody, tune in.
And he's not supposed to cross me. Do you
Well,
see
see
what
how
I'm
you do it.
dealing with?
Everybody.
Cut the mic. Cut,
No, we
cut it.
good.
Cut the mic. Are we?
It's
we
good. It's good.
You get what you need.
All right, one final.
So how was your day? I'm asking you.
It's great.
All right.
So you mean to tell me you gonna let another man ask me how my day was before you?
Well, shit, I rolled over on you. I know.
Get out of here.